What if we just had like an open floor plan? It's just walls and walls and walls of these things. Hello everyone, Thranks is here. Welcome back to No Man's Sky, episode 235, where it's time to spend a little bit of love on our capital ship. Now we have quite an epic capital ship, one of the large class, and it is also an A class with a significant hyperdrive range. Not an S class, but lots of inventory space. Now, Hello Games has not. They have, in fact, upgraded our technology. Oh me, oh my. Would you look at that? 1881, 1862, 1947, 1926. So it looks like the adjacency best runs like this, 1947. Okay. And now we have 2 extra spots for technology. Oh my goodness. So they have retroactively increased the technology of our freighter, but it looks like this is the limit. So we're getting 6. Well, 5 conceivably. That means we can install. Ugh. That means we can effectively install the matter beam and maybe one of these chromatic ones. That sort of makes me think our actual end result is going to be the reality de-threader with 3 chromatic ones and then a matter beam, because we still have the Katsadam's Coup, which has significantly greater hyperdrive range than our freighter does. Okay. But what we're going to do in this episode is we're actually going to spend a little bit of time decorating our freighter. As you can see, I put a couple decorations in here. I did not realize you could decorate the bridge. And so we're going to do that. We're going to spend, I mean, not a ton, but I mean, I don't know. There's some kind of neat things here that I would love to do. I don't know why the bridge has to be so dark. I feel like we could easily liven things up here a little bit. Are you willing to talk to me, freighter crew? The Korvax is repeatedly scanning the cargo aboard this freighter, taking inventory again and again. Perhaps this is their duty as a crew member, or perhaps the cargo has some personal meaning for them. Okay. The dihydrogen jelly splattered up this Lifeforms' metallic arms identifies them as the freighter's engineer. They hum contentedly to themselves in pleasant electronic tones. They seem fulfilled with this occupation. Great. I think we're just going to keep on placing lights around the ship a little bit so the bridge is not quite such a dark area. And then, of course, we have colored lights. We hung a couple extra flags. I don't see a reason to... Oh, look at this one waving hi to me. Hello, and who might you be? The dihydrogen spell it... Yeah, okay. Dihydrogen splatter. Got it. Alright, so the bridge is ancillary. I mean, alright, we've done a little bit. Yay, it's cool. We might decorate the bridge further, but the real purpose of this mission is to get our freighter all cleaned up and decorated. Oh, and look at this. I painted the main corridor to the bridge this sort of jet black metallic sort of... Yeah, pretty neat, huh? So we have yellow over here to construction, blue to the command bay, and I think we're just going to accept these stellar metals now and let them continue to run their space magic at a 1 to 2. Emerald and chromatic metal, we're just going to make more. And then we'll make sure that we have our cargo straightened out. There we go. Our nice little periodic table of elements. It is filling up rather quickly, I might add. But I think it's time to give some of these things to the freighter. This is our storage bay. I have yet to consider what color the storage bay should be, and I think we can all agree that this refiner section is going to have to change. As neat as this layout is, they no longer allow these large refiners to be placed this close together, and so I won't be able to add a fourth or a fifth, and that's really what we need. So we have to come up with a new layout for that. The command section over here, the blue section, I'm very happy with this. I think this is really great. We've got all our little lights and decorations going, but what we need is a place to cook. We need a galley, we need living quarters, we need a growing area. So of course a lot of these hallways are going to have to change. I think the main thing to change here, right, freighter cross junction, is we're going to dig into the areas of the ship that we had previously laid out. About like this. And of course it borrowed the color from the main hallway, which I suppose I am okay with, because then the blue starts here. So now we can always, if we want, we can sort of get our blue light here to just let you know that you're heading towards the command section, and then the same with the yellow lights here. We can say, hey, you're heading to construction or manufacturing. Right? Sort of gives it a blue look, even though it is still painted black. And then what we'll do is we'll extend these hallways down and across here. Why is this corridor not snapping where I want it to snap? Interesting. It doesn't want to go down. Ah, because there's already something underneath us. But then the freighter hallway doesn't want to snap here. It will snap here. How interesting. So let's bridge over like this. Yep, see, there's the stairs. So we can't do that. We're just basically learning the limitations of where we can and can't build to maximize the use that we have here. Right, and then if we go like this, we should be able to connect straight across, right? And then one more. Oh, why? Why do you do that to me? Ooh, interesting. So what it just did was, it's connected. There's something kicking around down here that this is not happy with. Yeah, see, it's built that hallway across ways. Perhaps we need to come at it from the other direction. Or actually, are we able to go through the wall maybe and... No. Okay. So we tried to use the construction camera to see what's going on here, but alas, that did not work. How about if we delete this and we just build a room, right? And then maybe a room here. And a room here. Look at this. We're getting somewhere now. So now we've realized what we've done is we've connected to this hallway here. I don't really want that, though. There is still some unknown reason why these can't connect. But we're going to give it a shot. Ooh, we did it again. Shame, shame. Oh, look at that. We're just trying to hug around these stairs as closely as we can here. So I'm not sure why... Oh, it was trying to for a moment. Okay, so it was trying to snap to something else, but we did it. We finally did it. So I think that it's only safe to say... let's see, we can't go up a flight of stairs. Let's be realistic here. So these stairs go down, so our best use of space is going to be in this direction. And I think this should be our grow room here. So what we need is, instead of a corridor, we need sort of this three-way here. Right, and now we're just going to open this up. And we want sort of a big open floor plan here. So let's get to that. Now what I want, hold on, what I would like is some lights to change the color feel of this hallway as you approach this room here, because you're going to be coming over to hello, would you turn on? Why are you lights not turning on? What is the meaning of this? These green lights will not turn on for some reason. But okay, we're going to place them anyways. It could just be a matter of needing the ship to reload. And this room here, we're going to paint... we don't really have a good green, do we? We sort of do. Look at that. Nice and green. A little weird with the ceiling. But at least you have an idea of what this room is, which is our grow room. Ooh, look at that. See, too much further. So according to this, we're underneath... Hold on, we're very cheekily using this weird glitch to like see through the floor here. Oh, that's our storage. So we're directly underneath the storage bay, which is nice. That's sort of what I planned. So we want quite a few. There we go. Hydroponics trays. Some very large ones. Now, if we do them like this, let's just take a look. That means you've got to get sort of right up against the wall to harvest. It's not the end of the world. I wonder if there's a way you can harvest the whole tray at once now. That would be ideal. Can support up to 4 plants. So let's see. If we just go, are we really out of metal plating? Don't you backtalk me. We have more than enough metal plating to go around. I assure you. I assure you. So we're talking 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. We can go 20 plants of one, 20 plants of the other. Ooh, this is going to be a very long hydroponic section if this is the road we go. Okay. Let's brainstorm some options here. I think, first of all, we should have a galactic trade terminal a little closer to us here. What are you trying to snap to over here? Don't tell me you're trying to snap to the main hallway. We don't need all of our trade terminals over there now. Please. I think it's safe to say we could snap one to a wall right... Really? I'm thinking. So what I'm thinking is, instead of this little three-way intersection here, we instead build a room. Right? Look at that. So the room enters here, and then you get your trade terminal. Voila, right on the wall there. Let's see if we can paint it green. Wouldn't that be swell? No, of course. It lights up like it's going to give us that option, but then it doesn't allow us to do it. Just wonderful. Oh, 46 metal plating. I'll take the lot of them. Thank you. Now. So if we set this up, we've got 20 hydroponics. The question is, are we going to be able to harvest them all at once, or are we going to have to dance back here on the far side with these weird... See, we're hitting these little power outlets here, so it's not even a smooth walk. So we can start with Star Bramble. Let's just see. Let's just start planting it, and let's see what happens. So there's literally nothing to interact with, because it's not growing, I suppose. Alright, well let's just plant them all. I don't see a reason to not plant them. If we discover they're difficult to harvest like this, we'll always... Well, we can always expand this room out. We can give ourselves more room around them if we need to. But I don't see a reason to borrow trouble. If we don't know that that's the way it's going to be, and we don't necessarily... Oh, we could give ourselves... We could bring them forward, give ourselves much more room. Okay, so if we start it from here, then you actually have a walkway around. So let's see. So it's 4, 8, 12. Oh, hold on, it's trying. 16, and then 20 goes into the wall. Okay. So we expand it by 1. Right, like that. So that's what 20 gets us. And you sort of have this unused space over here, or you got 20 here. I think we're going to need the walkways. Plus, it looks nicer. I don't necessarily want it to be... I mean, there's a thing about being efficient with your space, you know? But I don't want it to feel cramped. What's the point in having this massive capital ship if it's like, wow, you know, standing room only, there's no place to actually do anything? That's not good. Because this is still plenty of room here in the middle. It doesn't feel like so much wasted space. You can go around the sides. We can do hallways. Ah, yes, we can build a route. It sort of goes across here like this. I'm not sure how to change these track marks on the ground. They don't really indicate what I want them to indicate, though. These are like remnants left over from when the hallways used to run in this direction. You see, then we start doing rooms like this. See, look at that. We got a whole nother room over there that we can do grow rooms with. Okay. I think this is pretty appropriate here. 4 and 5 and wait, no. I did. That's 6, right? That's 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But that gives us the same amount of room on one side as the other. So it looks like 26 is going to be the magical number. And it still feels really, really empty. Like, really empty. What if we just had like an open floor plan? It's just walls and walls and walls of these things. Okay, so what if we do it like this and this? That doesn't feel so bad. There's kind of a little bit of wasted space over on this side, right? So that just means we need the floor plan to be more open. It's getting a little weird out there. But we have all this space, so let's use it. Okay. Right, now if we do the next one, and give ourselves a similar amount of room here, and then here we end up against the wall again. So if we end up lining this up in the same capacity like this, then we end up with this really big gap here. Right, that's a little narrow. How many plants are we going to want here, you know? 3, is it worth trying to push to 4? Are these in our face a little bit as soon as we walk in? No, that's pretty appropriate. All right, let's see what another set of expansion looks like over here. And we give ourselves a walkway there and a walkway there. Okay, so that looks about right. So we're talking 1, 2, 3, 4 rows on either side, and we can make them as long as we want. And then we're going to need room for some kind of stair or alternate exit on other sections of the room. Let's just see what that looks like here. So we go one more I think is good right here. Right, then we give ourselves the space, and we give ourselves the space. There, and then you kind of have even spacing on the in-between lanes. And you get a little bit wider spacing here in the center, and then maybe we'll do like a hydroponic control room in the back. So, from here, we just want these to be sort of a long run. 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we just need to repeat that pattern sort of all over. Out of metal plating again. Okay, well, I know we have lots of stuff to make metal plating. So let's see. So metal plating is ferrite dust, and we're currently rocking, like way more than we could ever hope to use all of. And we have our fabrication section. We can use a little bit of space magic to get more ferrite dust if we need it. I don't think we're going to need it, though. Alright, let's continue with the large hydroponic trays. Oops, nope. And the main reason to do this is just because we're always coming back to our freighter from time to time, and if we give ourselves a pretty extensive grow room, then I'll be able to harvest all the crops sort of in between episodes or whenever I want without having to worry about going back to old bases. I know we planted a lot of crops and we spent a lot of time planting crops at various bases, but you see the problem with that is none of those bases have electricity because they were all built prior to the Beyond update. And while we could go back and retrofit all those other bases, it more seems like the better investment is to just construct this wonderful area in our mega awesome freighter that we were super lucky to get, and have our mobile base come with us, especially since we're still trying to head to Isentam. And that means that, you know, whatever we can bring with us on our capital ship is going to be there with us in the new galaxy. Now, I said we had plenty of ferrite dust, but I'm thinking by the end of this, we're actually not going to have a ton of ferrite dust anymore. Alright, let's see. So it's going to be 1, 2, yep. 3. Okay. Look at this. This is going to look really neat. This is going to look really, really nice. And we'll have to put some decorative lights. We'll get some green lights in here. still not sure why our green lights weren't lighting up. Let's... activate. Activate. I don't know. My other lights lit up just fine. We'll address that later, though. Wow, with the metal plating. So much metal plating. Put that back in high storage capacity. We're just cooking through our ferrite dust, we are. I actually think it might be time to go try to make some more. Alright, so let's head to fabrication, and we'll start getting some more ferrite dust ready. That way we don't even have to leave our ship. Ugh, these little hops are a little frustrating. We might have to go down below. See if there's anything down here. Ah, these are the runners. These are the hallways that are running through the ceiling. Or through the ceiling into the floor of our little greenhouse area. That's what's causing that. Just in case we weren't 100% clear, that is what's causing it, so. I don't think we need that much chromatic metal. Good night. No, we don't. I think we can afford to sell a little bit of that. Holy smoke. Is chromatic metal really worth that much money? And I missed the memo. Holy smoke. I mean, the indium, okay, indium's always been worth money. Oh my goodness. Boy, this is a money-making endeavor. Really, you just need a bunch of indium and chromatic metal, and you have the right to print your own money, basically. Wow, hold on. Hold on. I think I would like to sell... No. Let's make this easy. So the easiest way to do this is going to be to transfer this stack to the freighter. And then we'll just sell it from the freighter's inventory. Yeah, 1.8 million. Cha-ching. That's crazy. That's just crazy talk. So apparently chromatic metal is worth a lot in bulk. So you just need to get a lot of chromatic metal and you're good to go. We're going to instead, though, not necessarily focus on that, as we're going to be trying to get more ferrite dust. So let's take our magnetized ferrite and where's some of that oxygen? Right, we'll get some rare metal. Detoxification. Which will then turn into pure ferrite, which will then turn into rust, which will then turn into ferrite dust. It's an arduous process, but that's the way it goes. I don't yet know what we're going to do with this fabrication sector. I know it can't stay like this, but I don't necessarily want to change it yet. Alright, let me over the bump there. Alright, more hydroponics. We're going to be self-sufficient. We're going to grow all of our own plants here right on our capital ship. Okay, we're almost done. Just need a little more metal plating. 4, 8, so that's 1, 2, and then we need 8 more. So we need 16 total. Plus enough to have some extra. And then I want to have, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 extra. Just like that. And last but not least, right there. So we've got 8 rows of plants we can deal with. Let's take a look at our inventory here and just plan this out. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we could do Mordite and Fecium. Yeah, I think that's our 8 right there. Alright, so we'll start with the gamma weed over here, yeah. Okay, so we're back. The game decided to do something really squirrely, and basically it kicked me out into space. And so we've spent a good bit of time trying to figure out how to get back, and the short answer is die. Die and then reload the game. So, but we're back. We're gonna not be deterred, and luckily we did not lose all of our progress. We're just gonna click a little slower this time and get our fungal clusters planted over here next to our gamma weed. I think from there we're gonna switch it over to echinocactus. There we go. I certainly hope that these hydroponic containers allow for mass harvesting, but even if they don't, it should be fairly simple because we afforded ourselves enough walkways. Now, I don't think that we're going to... Well, I'm not certain. I'm not certain if we're going to build off of the back of this room or not. It seems like we should. I think that's where we continue to have more room. I would like to connect the storage bay to this area at some point. I'm just not sure how that would look. But once we get these ducks in a row here, we're going to have all of the plants we could ever want to harvest right here on our capital ship, and then that makes any of our terrestrial bases extracurricular. Or at least we're self-sustaining here with things that we might need to make, so that if we need to construct something and it says, oh, you need 500 star bramble for that, we're not like, crap, and then we have to teleport back to a base. We go, no, well, we have that here on board. Alright, from this, then we'll switch over here. We'll do frostwort. A very important one to have production of, because this is going to enable us to make all sorts of glass. Ooh, we're getting a little quick with the clicking. That's how we got kicked out of here last time. I just can't help it. There you go. Now, solar vine. I like how it says invalid biome. Like, sorry, just planting it into the floor of your freighter is not the proper biome. You don't say. Are you sure? It's not just going to grow in the climate-controlled freighter right out of the metal? Oh, yes, this is looking good. I'm super excited about this. Look at this. We're going to have to get some real decorations going here. What kind of cool lights can we set up? Gotta have some cool lights. Those lights can't be built there? What? Maybe it's lab lighting. Sure, we'll have to get some monitors set up. Yeah, we're gonna continue to add to it. But let's not get too distracted. Next on this list is, yes, some Mordite root. So it was something about the constructing of a plant in rapid succession while moving that the game just totally hated and said, I cast you out of this capital ship into the cold depths of space. Now the game tried to reload me into the freighter by re-dropping me back down. It didn't just pitch me into the abyss, except then the game no longer wanted to let me clip through the walls, and it said, nah, you can't do that. We're trying to stop that. So yeah, but you let me clip out, you gotta let me clip back in. So I was literally stuck on the outside looking in. with no real solution other than to continue jumping off until my life support failed. And then slowly suffocating to death. It was a very sad, sad moment, especially considering how long it had been since we died. And I think spiritually and emotionally that's not going to count as a death, but as far as the game's concerned, I have died recently, so it's just the way that goes. Well, hopefully those green lights figure their life out here eventually. Okay, now that we have some rare metal elements, we're going to move over here and process that into pure ferrite. Nice and quickly. And we'll get the next batch of these going. And then, of course, once you have pure ferrite, it's just mixing that with oxygen, and boom, you get rust at a 1 to 2, which isn't bad. And rusted metal is going to give you a 1 to 2 ferrite dust. So we'll do that a couple of times. And then, lo and behold, we'll have all of our ferrite dust back again. Now, because I would love for this to connect down below, here's what I'm thinking, is we need a nice little 4-way intersection here. No, hold on a second. Remove you and remove you. Now, as I was saying, we go with a cross junction here. What? Did you do that? Really? Maybe that's not how I want you to connect. Let's see if I can rotate. Snap rotate. Ha 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 ha. Hotkeys are your friends. And then from here we just need a nice little rounded curved corridor, and boom, it's our back entrance into our hydroponic area. Which for now we're going to leave them as is. But I don't know, I might need another intersection down there. But for now, at least we have a way to get up to the storage floor without having to walk all the way around. And then if I only knew for sure that the green lights would power themselves on, we would do a little bit more of that. And then I think that's where we're going to wrap up this episode and let all this construction kind of sink in as I entertain what's going to be next and most important. Although if I had to be honest, just thinking out loud, I'm pretty sure the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to get the storage all situated. And we're going to figure out, let's see, does it tell me what numbered storage it is? It does not. Although I'm pretty sure we went 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9 down the way here. But we can label them now. It appears like we can name our storage containers, which is exciting. So we can come up with some semblance of organization. I'd like one for food and another one for food probably, and yeah, so we'll figure all that out. I'm likely going to do that off camera, as I don't think that's going to be very exciting, even though I try to minimize my off-camera work, but I will surely showcase it off when we start the next episode, and I'm going to let these continue refining in the meantime. But until then, take care.